So now, with Kevin McCarthy being ousted as Speaker by Matt Gaetz and his small group of Republicans, there is utter chaos and disarray in the GOP conference. But don't worry, some new names are being floated. So as we discussed, Steve Scalise, I think, wants the job, and he's making calls in order to try to secure it. You also have Jim Jordan, who's calling for it. What's interesting about Jordan is he was defending Kevin McCarthy and wanted him to remain Speaker, but he also was a mentor to Matt Gaetz. And so Matt Gaetz is even throwing his support behind Jim Jordan. But apparently there's still, according to the reporting on this, nobody has a real clear path. Everybody's going to struggle. But there's been one name that's been floated now at least 4 or 5 times. And you have some Republicans with a full-throated endorsement here. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Now, again, I know most of you guys in my audience already know this, but you don't have to be a sitting congressperson to be the Speaker of the House. I know that seems kind of weird, but it's true. So here last night is Hannity right after McCarthy was ousted, and listen to what he says.
Sources telling me at this hour some House Republicans have been in contact with and have started an effort to draft former President Donald Trump to be the next Speaker. And I have been told that President Trump might be open to helping the Republican Party, at least in the short term, if necessary, if it's needed.
Here's my reaction to this. Hell yes. Make it happen. For the love of God, make it happen. You know who would support this more than anybody? Democrats. In fact, I think some Democrats should even vote for it. If he's falling short on the votes, but he's got, but he's close. If I was a Democratic congressman, I would vote for it. Why? Because, okay, the House was already in utter mayhem, right? You bring in Trump, it is going to be even bigger mayhem. First of all, as somebody pointed out on Twitter, it's like Trump trying to figure out the way the rules actually work in Washington for Speaker of the House would be hilarious. Like, he would have no idea how anything works, and it would be so scattershot, and it would be such a mess. But beyond that, there's no other way to guarantee, like, crushing Democratic victories in the next election unless Donald Trump becomes Speaker of the House. Because then, look, the clown show is already front and center because of all of his court cases and the fact that the media, can't look away from Trump for understandable reasons. But this would just, make it even more crystal clear. That, you got the guy now who's Speaker of the House who is just calling for assassinating shoplifters, right? Death penalty for drug dealers, saying suspend the Constitution, saying General Mark Milley should be put to death, right? There was a comment he made the other day that's getting a lot of backlash because it's a quote that is like directly from Hitler and Mein Kampf, talking about how immigrants ruined the pure blood of this nation. I mean, this guy is Speaker of the House. First of all, nothing would get done, right? Second of all, it would be an utter clown show. Third of all, anybody half paying attention is going to run to the voting booth to support Democrats because now it's a stark reminder of what happens when Trump has a position of power. It's a stark reminder of that. So look, in a very weird roundabout way, God bless, I'm for it. Marjorie Taylor Greene is leading the charge on this. I believe there's a Texas representative who is going to actually propose this for Donald Trump to be Speaker. Jim Jordan, who's one of the people who's in the race to be Speaker, he even came out and endorsed the idea. He said, look, I would prefer him as President of the United States, but would I support him as Speaker? Yes, I would support him as Speaker. For the love of God, yes. Ever since 2016, Trump won. Republicans did well. In every election since then, Republicans have perpetually underperformed because of Donald Trump. And so now you want to put him front and center again? By all means, go right ahead. I would love to see it. I'd love to see it so much. Oh my God, yes. Please. It would be so hilarious and it would backfire so spectacularly. But look, they're in a no-win situation. No matter who they pick, that person is going to be between a rock and a hard place. No matter who they pick, their balls are going to be in a vice grip. Because what do? How do you appease the Matt Gaetz faction, right? Those hardcore people. And how do you also walk the line between them and moderate Republicans who are from blue districts who need to act more rational in order to maybe get reelected? There's no way forward here. There's no way forward. At least no way that everybody walks away feeling like, oh, I support this. And that's what Kevin McCarthy learned. By the way, there were already signs of this going back to Speaker John Boehner. John Boehner was like, these idiots are ungovernable. Like, there's nothing I could do. This is back when the Tea Party was ascendant, and there was a number of, Tea Party leaders who had their own caucus, and they would always fight with John Boehner. And they would always be like, whatever kind of concessions you get, not enough, go further. And then in the process of trying to get more, they would blow up whatever deal was there. Like I told you guys, Obama and Biden had agreed to do some cuts to Social Security and Medicare. And then the Tea Party caucus was like, no, we want more. And as a result of that, the whole deal blew up and there were no cuts to Social Security and Medicare. So their intransigence ends up helping Democrats and helping the country. And that's why, again, I support what Matt Gaetz is doing. But, it would get even more interesting and even more fun if Trump was in there, and it would help Democrats colossally. I love how they've gone so extreme now they can't help but hurt themselves, slit their own wrists, and ruin their own electoral prospects. And all you can do is sit on the side, eat some popcorn, and enjoy it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You want to.